they say date the rate, marry the house. And they say that because if you get into a house at a higher interest rate, let's say you buy today and it's 6.30%, right? And then let's say you wait 2 months and the rate goes down to 5.99 or whatever it may be. 1% is always where the hold mark is as far as refinancing to me. But if you buy the house at a higher interest rate, I can refinance you into a lower interest rate. If you buy the house at a higher price, I can't refinance you into a lower price point. I just can't. It's the way the market moves.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Investor Fuel podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Kesil. And today I'm joined by someone that I'm looking forward to chatting with, Donna Sherian, who's been making serious moves as a real estate agent with 31 years of experience in Florida and Virginia. So excited to have you here, Donna.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it, Michelle.
Absolutely. I think our listeners are really going to take something away from how you're helping finding really good deals for veterans and creating new opportunities for Airbnb and everything that you are offering in your area. So let's
Yeah,
dive in.
absolutely.
First off, just for those not familiar with you and your world yet, can you give the short version of what your main focus is?
My main focus is in the Space Coast of Florida. I have been licensed, like she said, Michelle, for 31 years, and I work primarily with two different courses of clients. I have a Space Coast Heroes brand that I work with, and I work very closely to the Space Coast Heroes, local heroes in our area, to help them find really great financing and home deals that will work really good to them, and then to get them transitioned from the military into private life as well. And then I also have worked for many years inside the Airbnb VRBO world, where we help find people homes that would make really great investment properties for them, and what do they need in those homes, and what services do they need, because they're not going to be full-time here as well.
Amazing. What are some of the keys that have kept your business to run smoothly?
I would say just the ability to bend, not break. The market is crazy. I've been in it 31 years, and I was telling Michelle previous time we talked that when I got in real estate, it was a black and white book that came in. It was about this thick, and you had one key, no MLS, no emails, and so what changes over time is astounding. It hasn't stopped yet. So even when technology is already in place, the technology changes a lot. And I think it's just consistently reading about the changes that are happening. What can you do to better assist your clients? What are they needing from you? Is it just social media presence, or do they really need the knowledge base that comes with experience to help them navigate the waters of real estate?
Yeah, absolutely. That makes a lot of sense.
The contracts change a lot as well.
What has changed a lot?
The contracts change, the verbiage in contracts change a lot. It's on or before, or it could be.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Different types of verbiage in a contract that would make you go on or about, on or before. How things are worded is a really important thing in a contract as far as how you're going to fill in that to represent your client the best.
Right. That makes a lot of sense. So, what are some things that you're focused on solving or scaling next in your business?
I think where I'm located here in the Space Coast, there are quite a few snowbirds, a lot of condominiums on the Space Coast, Cocoa Beach, Cape Canaveral area, Satellite Beach, all the way down the coast. And what we're finding is that a lot of people leave in April, May, and they don't come back to October, November. Those homes sit vacant, and insurance companies are starting to come around and saying, hey, you're going to have somebody needs to monitor your property and make sure it's good. Or let's say you just Airbnb your property or VRBO your property, and you need somebody to actually come in. It's not a property management system. It's more of a concierge service of what do you need? Do you need somebody to check on it weekly? Do you need the mail to come out of it? Do you need a car to be shifted and moved? Or do you need us to check to make sure your pool isn't overflowing? I'm really looking into kind of stepping up that idea of going into concierge service of real estate and seeing what I can do to assist people that already own or are considering owning in this area.
Yeah, amazing. That's important. Are you working particularly with investors that are owning, or, yeah, what kind of does that look like?
Well, I do have quite a few investors that own down here. It's been a really good year for them, actually, in the VRBO Airbnb world. We were just talking about that the other day, and how their occupancy rates, even though the market's kind of been fluctuating, have been well over the 200 nights a year, and that's really, really good occupancy rates, for here. And so what we are talking about is when you get into condos, condos are a different animal. So in that type of realm, that's more of a person that owns here because they love the area and they're getting away from a snowbird season up north. And that's a private owner. But the investors really buy a lot of waterfront property down here, and they tend to either hold it because the investment value of the properties are going up so well over the last few years, or they do it because they want to have uh, a nice income to hold over that asset.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes sense. So let me ask you this. Every business owner has those moments where things get more real, maybe a deal that goes sideways, or you have to pivot fast. Would you mind sharing one of those moments that you've experienced and how you overcame it?
I think that happens often. I
Yeah,
think
it
the
does.
big one, yeah, the pivoting fast is interesting. I have a client right now that is a veteran that has experienced some uh, family crisis over the last few years, and then it's also financial. And they kind of go hand in hand. If one happens, the other tend to occupy the family as well. And so the intention was just to sell their home. And then as we dove into it, even over a 6 to 8 month period, the market kind of fell to where in a veteran situation, you can borrow up to 100% of the home's value. And because the values aren't bouncing like they were years ago, they found themselves kind of in a hardship. So it was pivoting really quickly to keep them from getting into financial trouble and to assist them to get their home sold so they could move on to where they needed to be best. And that was a really quick turn.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
On dealing with the banks to make sure that they're financially stable enough to pull this off, and getting a house sold when we were kind of a needle in the haystack.
Absolutely. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, those problems always come up, but the important thing is that you resolve them and know that you're here for that longer term vision.
Right, right, right. For sure. Real estate is definitely not something you bounce in and bounce out of, although that'd be nice. People
Yeah.
say to me all the time, like, what do you think the market's going to do, Donna? And I go, I don't know. I mean, honestly, if I knew what the real estate market would have done in 1994, I wouldn't be sitting in front of you today. I would be retired on an island someplace. So
Yeah.
there was many, many houses that I thought would never go anywhere, and they sell for way more than you would have ever anticipated any given day back in the day. And then now, you have houses that sold for a few years ago, and they aren't selling for the same amount today. Real estate is an ever-changing market, and if we could predict it, we'd all be rich.
Yeah.
But it is a very solid investment, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, long-term real estate holds, uh, in the length of time I've been in real estate, have always been a solid, solid investment.
Absolutely. Yeah, a lot of the listeners on this podcast are investors. So, what are your maybe like suggestions for them from what you have observed in this field? Maybe some strategies or just advice that you have?
As far as advice, what I would suggest is, when these interest rates start changing, I don't know, there'll be a lot of cash investors too, so that doesn't really affect them. But if it's an interest rate issue and you've been holding back to see, where those interest rates go, the house you're looking at today is something somebody looked at yesterday. And those buyers will move very, very rapidly once these interest rates start to fluctuate. And then what it is they say date the rate, marry the house. And they say that because if you get into a house at a higher interest rate, let's say you buy today and it's 6.30%, right? And then let's say you wait 2 months and the rate goes down to 5.99 or whatever it may be. 1% is always where the hold mark is as far as refinancing to me. But if you buy the house at a higher interest rate, I can refinance you into a lower interest rate. If you buy the house at a higher price, I can't refinance you into a lower price point. I just can't. It's just the way the market moves. And so I suggest that if you're really into a market move right now and the market's a little bit slower and softer than it's been over the years, this is a good time to look. Date the rate, marry the house, and see what that'll buy you. Because once the market starts moving, I think it's going to move fast and hard.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. So, what are some of the common obstacles that you have seen in the real estate industry that you can like share some wisdom from maybe people that are just looking to get involved with real estate?
I think the big challenge here in Florida right now is really the insurance market. It has kind of taken its own animal right now. It seems to be getting a little bit better, but in the years I've been in real estate, I've never seen where they came in and said, "Oh, your roof's 10 years old. You can't buy the house." One insurance company is moving out, and you get a letter in the mail saying, "We are no longer insuring you," and so you've got to either self-insure or you've got to get a different provider. And that has been a huge challenge here for people coming in. The tax ratio changes to when you're buying investment and you're not homesteaded. can be a little bit more complicated as well, but they have a lot of options to.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Fine. And so if you're dealing with a seasoned agent, they'll be able to go, here are some vendors that I work with that are very experienced with finding an insurance provider, or how we're going to do your tax changes over the years to make sense, and how much money do you need to clear to make that a strong investment. And that's where I've found to be this biggest challenge right now for me, is just to find the insurance policies that'll actually fit each and every property. Because here in Florida, it could be a house that's not on water, but it still has a higher insurance rate because it's built by stick, not block. Or you might be in an area that's got flooding, but your neighbor's got flooding, but you don't. And so it's really just an interesting market here.
Yeah, definitely. That makes sense. What are some of your favorite things about the market there, or some things that you're looking forward in the shifts that are happening?
I am looking forward to seeing the market shift again. It's really neat to see the hustle and bustle on the Space Coast when the market's doing really good. I do like seeing the ability for people to invest in our area. We have Blue Origin, SpaceX, and Boeing, and all these amazing tech companies that are in this area. And so the market's strong economy wise with these amazing companies that are coming in. And of course, being one of the world's largest ports and having all the cruise ship liners coming in as well in our backyard is phenomenal as well. And every morning we get up and we could see a space launch. Today was ULA, yesterday was SpaceX, and so that's a really exciting part. And I like to see the excitement of the people that are coming into our area and helping them find what really works for them, because our area is so vast. Whether you're looking for coastal or looking for kind of country, or you need private or more quiet. I'm excited to see that market change. I'm excited to see how the economy is going to turn over the next couple years and watching it flourish again.
Yeah, definitely. So, when it comes to growing your business, creating new relationships, networking, what are some things that have made the biggest difference for you?
I think networking here is a lot of fun. We have a lot of real estate agents, um, and all of them have their strengths and weaknesses. I have my own strengths and weaknesses as well. But getting together and talking about, hey, this worked for me, that worked for you. What do you do here? Who do you use here? Like, what worked for you to try to get that house sold? A neighbor could sell for 1.4 million and another neighbor could be at 1.2. It looks like a competing property, but why is one selling and the other one's not? Is it the marketing only, or is it the way the house is staged? Who do you use for that? So working together and always remembering that we are a small group of people that have to work together to get, we're mediators, in fact, in a real estate market. So we are to get the buyer and the seller to a mutual meeting point where they're both walking away thinking, thank God I used them, I sold or I bought, and how do you do that so that both parties are excited about the way the transaction turned out? And I think working together closely with people that and service with is a really good strong point.
Yeah, definitely. Relationships are everything in this space, and yeah, it can really
Absolutely.
propel you forward. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I know that you work a lot with veterans. Can you expand on what that looks like for you?
Well, what I like to do is give back to our veterans. We do assistance with their closing costs. Is and it has to be aligned properly with the lender. So we work really closely with the lenders that we work with to make sure that we can give back to our heroes, not just veterans. That seems to be the majority of my business, but we do give back to all of our local heroes. They have something in Florida called Hometown Heroes, and they're giving up to $35,000 in closing costs and down payment assistance to these heroes. They have to work locally, and I work really closely with lenders that do that program, and so it's really nice to give back. I do find that a lot of the builders that are local as well are kind of buying larger packets of lower interest rate properties, and they're giving back to heroes as well. And so finding those niches where you're working with builders so that the the veterans are actually getting a really good bite of that market. They're getting a new house, they're getting an interest rate they can afford, their insurance policies are low because it is new construction, and finding those niches for heroes. The people that service us on a daily basis, whether it's nursing or police or firemen or teachers or veterans, they're not making a lot of money. We don't give back that much to them. They just don't have the income levels that other people do. And so the joke years ago, and it really wasn't a joke, it was kind of the sadness of it, is how many police officers or firemen does it take to buy one single family house? I mean, how many people need to be roommates in order to do that? And so that's unfair. They deserve fantastic housing just like anybody else does. And so that was where I decided I thought it was an interesting place to go and to service these amazing people to find how can I negotiate a closing cost for them? Can I tack it on somewhere else where it comes back to them here? Or can I negotiate with somebody that really wants to get their house sold but doesn't know how to structure the deal so they can get back to the veteran or the local hero so they can afford to buy that house? And it's really, really nice to do. I love to give back to our local heroes. It's just something I feel it's embedded in me. My son served in Afghanistan. He is a disabled vet now. He has actually got his wealth management degree out of UCF and is now getting his master's at Georgia Tech. So that has been an amazing growth to watch. I was hoping he'd be a realtor next to me, but here we are. He does finance. So I think it's the same thing. He always goes in with our veterans because he was a veteran and sits down with them and helps me talk to them about what we can do to make them a really strong, solid future for these investments that they're getting ready to make. I think the solidity of owning a house and the comfort of knowing you don't have to go anywhere, nobody's going to take that from you, is fantastic. And, our disability percentages in Florida and the property tax deductions are phenomenal as well. They really do give back to our vets here in Florida.
Amazing. That's so beautiful to share and give back
Yes,
to your community and
it's
to
really
those.
good. Yeah,
Yeah, that's beautiful of you.
thank you.
Amazing. Yeah. So before we close up here, if people want to reach out, connect, collaborate with you, where can people find you?
I am at Reef Realty in Merritt Island, Florida. You can reach me at any time at donna.com. My phone number is 321-999-2211. Super easy to remember as well. But if you can remember Marsha from the Brady Bunch, Donna is how I came up with that. And that is how people know me in the area. They find me that way. It's always a joke everywhere I go. And if you can remember that, it's an easy way to find me. Just type it into the web and away you go.
Amazing. Well, I appreciate your time, your story, and your perspective. So thank you for being here.
Appreciate it, Michelle.
Yeah, of course. And for the listeners tuning in, if you got value from this, make sure you've subscribed. We've got more conversations coming with operators just like Donna who are building real businesses. And we'll see you on our next episode.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.